Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live training tonight. I'm going to teach very simply what you really need to know to properly package your knowledge into a high ticket offer. Okay, or service or program. I'm Mia Redrick. I am a business and life consultant. I got started in my company over 17 years ago, almost 18 years. And I simply made the decision back then that I wanted to go to work as myself. I wanted to figure out how to take my background as a corporate trainer and my life systems in motherhood around self care and how to package those things, how to merge those things into a product or service that would allow me to work as a coach or a consultant. Today, I've coached thousands of women literally all around the world, and I've shared my behind the curtains. I've shared step by step exactly what I've been able to do to build a business that allows me to work approximately 2 days a week servicing my clients. I work from the comfort of my home. I've built an amazing practice as a coach and consultant, and I work with women who call themselves giants. And what I mean by that is that they are smart, they're sharp, they're highly actionable. Most of them have had significant experience, whether it's in their life skill, maybe it's motherhood or parenting or femininity or something else, or a hard skill, something that they've done professionally. And they've wanted to figure out how to take that knowledge and to be that they already demonstrate at work or in their life as a result for others. And how can they figure out how to package and sell that knowledge for themselves in their own business? Many of my clients have taken their knowledge and sold their products for $2,500 or more, 5,000, 10,000, 15 to 25, $100,000 per client. And when they came to me, they had no clue, no idea at all. Some of them didn't even have a product of how to monetize their intellect. Now, tonight, what I'm going to talk about, so if you're here, you're in the right place. What you really know to properly package your knowledge. What do you really need to know? Because this is a question that I get all the time. And I thought tonight, let me just pull back the layers and I'll just share with you exactly what you need to know so you don't have to guess. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I know that there's that one thing sometimes that you hear that changes everything. So here's my story. I went to a small business resource center about 17, almost 18 years ago, seeking advice on how to get started in business. And I was told by the director of the small business resource center that my idea, mom coaching, didn't make any sense, that no one would ever pay me to do what I do today. Yeah, go figure. I've coached thousands of women. I've done corporate deals with Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 brands as the mom strategist. I've shot television segments, been paid talent on Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows equally. I've coached thousands of women, and I was told that my idea didn't make any sense. And I want you to know that there is room for your intellect properly packaged. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. Now, I'm only going to leave this live up. At least my plan is for the next 24 hours because I want you to take action. I want you to watch the whole thing. I know it's going to be transformative, and I will take this training and I'll put it inside of one of my private portals for my clients who pay me, who are highly vested in a solution. You know, I kept looking for someone to help me, and I ended up going to a live event that changed my life. And it was the very first time that I ever saw someone doing what I wanted to do. And maybe you're this way also. Maybe some of you guys watch me and you're like, I want to do what Mia's doing my own way. I get it, right? That was me. I was at this live event. I saw my coach doing what I wanted to do that I didn't even know I wanted to do. Her model really, really spoke to me. And I signed up to work with her, and the rest has really been history for me. And so I just want you to understand that you don't have to figure this out. You don't have to make this up yourself. Sometimes it's that you see what someone else is doing and you want to figure out how to do it your own way, in a way that's authentic, true, and powerful based on your gifts. And if that's you, you're going to love this tonight. Now, as a result of building this business, there've been some wins for me. And one of the greatest wins is I've been able to show up for my family in ways that I had hoped for. And my husband developed kidney disease about 11 years ago and went on dialysis. And it was really difficult for my family. Hey, Kyla, good morning. And because one, the shock of it, and two, it was very aggressive therapy, 3 days a week, 3 hours at a time. My kids were really young at the time. My youngest was, I think Matthew was 6, 9, and 12. And I had to stand in the gap in many ways, right, for my family. But one of the things that I never regretted, because I built a business before I needed it. When I needed that business, I could show up for my family. And I know you've got a lot of places you can watch lives, and many of you guys do. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of times people talk about money for the sake of money, but I want you to hear me on this. What I loved is because I built my business the right way. When my husband needed me, I could show up for him. And to me, that's when you know you've built a business where money is no longer concerned, when you can stand in the gap for your family. Okay. And if that resonates for you, then you're going to totally love what I talk about. But if you want someone to talk about things that don't matter, like a car or red bottom shoes or a purse or pretty dress or first class on a plane, all those things are nice to have. Okay. But I want you to understand that there's a difference in being able to stand in the gap, hire a private physician for your spouse so they can get amazing care for a sustained period of time. You know, if you build your business properly, you can show up for your family in ways incredibly. I would say equally that I've loved being able to, alongside with my husband, give my kids an amazing education. And we have done that in elementary, middle, and high school. We've given our kids a world-class education. And we've invested over $1 million. And this business has been a great tool to be able to do that. And I know that a lot of the women that follow me, one of the things that you want to do is give your kids an amazing education. I get that, right? I understand that. And I want you to know that if you build the business properly, and even many of you will hear things that I share today that will support you in understanding exactly how you need to lay the foundation in your business to be able to change what you're doing forever. And this is all based on what you know. All right. So if you're ready, you already know the drill. If you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready. And if you're watching the replay equally, I want you to write, I'm ready, because I do believe that you have to be ready to receive something that's powerful. You know, think about the times when people just dump things on you and you're not ready, right? You don't receive it. What they're saying to you might be amazing. What they're sharing with you might be powerful. But unless you are ready yourself to receive something powerful, often it is just some message just brushed on your shoulder. So if you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready, okay? Even if you're watching the replay, okay? And I'm so excited that you're here. Hey, Robin, I'm so glad you're here. She writes, I'm ready and you're gorgeous. So how about that, right? You're ready and you're gorgeous, right? Anyone else ready, right? If you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready. And then I'm going to join by sharing this message with you that I know it's going to absolutely support you. All right. So today's message is what you really need to know in order to properly package your intellect, your knowledge, your expertise, your experience, your background, okay, your know-how, your life skills, right? Maybe in parenting, maybe in motherhood, or your soft skills, right? Maybe it's organizing, or your hard skills, something you've been doing professionally, and you've been trying to figure out how to monetize it. Now, I will disclaim that what I'm going to teach you today is based on a model by which I live. I build my business on ease and grace, not based on hustle and grind. It is toxic to me to expect someone to build a business based on hustle and grinding their entire business. Certainly, running a business requires you to be committed, persistent, and consistent. But the notion that you build a business always having to be twice as good, working twice as hard, and sustain that for the rest of your life, it's just utterly exhausting just thinking about it. I built an amazing business servicing my clients from the comfort of my home, and I do it with ease and grace. And what I get to do, I love how I get to do it. Okay. And I love teaching my clients equally my step by step of how to do it. So you get to take a sneak peek tonight if you're ready. All right. Number one, here's the first thing you need to do if you want to know how to properly package your intellect is number one, you need to not take for granted what you know. Okay. First thing is do not take for granted what you know how to do. Okay. And this is one of the things that I see people do all the time that is an absolute mistake. Okay. Taking for granted what you know means that you know it And you know that it creates results because likely the residual is that people are saying to you, I listen to your advice, or you're watching people implement your strategies at work, right? Or in various departments, and they're giving you feedback that what you told them created value for them, but you just kind of take it for granted. You're like, oh, thank you, okay. And you're just like hearing what people are saying to you over and over and over again, but you're not really hearing what they're saying to you. They're saying what you do creates value. What you do has really changed my life. What you do has created a tremendous result. So the first thing you have to understand, if you want to understand how to properly package what you're doing, you first got to hear from others that are saying to you and sharing with you the kind of results that what you're doing is creating for them. So open your ears and really start to breathe in like what folks are saying to you about the results that you create over and over again for them. I know for me, it was all around this motherhood space. When I got started, my mom made me promise when I was about 6 months pregnant that I would date myself every single week as a new mom, because she was a mom that had gotten lost in motherhood and she didn't want me to follow suit. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do to date myself? Like, I'm 6 months pregnant. And she was like, I don't know, because she didn't date herself. So I joined a mom's group when I was 6 months pregnant. And I was the only mom in that group that did not physically have a baby. I was pregnant, but I didn't physically have a baby. And I listened to these moms say the same thing. I don't feel beautiful anymore. My spouse doesn't take me out. I don't have any hobbies, all of these things. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if I entered motherhood solving these problems? And so that's how I started motherhood, Maria, like literally. Okay. And as a result of doing that for myself, I created these self-care strategies that really worked for me, that allowed me to enter motherhood with a tremendous amount of clarity, not being insecure, having a life outside of being a mom, recognizing the me inside of mommy, right? All of that. And other women would often say, like, when did you have time to read that book? Like, it's so great that you seem like you didn't like lose yourself, right? They would say in various ways that. And they wanted to know what my secret was. And that was those folks, the evidence that what I was doing was working and people saw it. I want you to think about you. I want you to think about the kind of comments that are coming back to you, the kind of feedback that's coming to you, whether it's in the workplace or in your life, where people are saying, wow, I really love what you've done about this or that. Can you teach me? Can you show me how? Okay. Because that's really what I led with. And I ended up building out a tremendous mom coaching program that ended up getting a corporate contract. I did 2 corporate contracts with Panera Bread Corporation. And it was all around self-care and motherhood, and Quantum Bakery Cafe and Great Harvest Bread Company. It was all around that because I recognized and didn't discount or take for granted what I knew. And I want you to understand this. There is a layer of money around you likely you do not see. All right. Number 2, the second thing I want you to stop doing is I don't want you to stop second guessing your abilities. Okay. And what I mean by that is this is what it looks like. It means that you know you're creating results for others, but you don't have fees. You're not charging. I called you out. Yeah. Okay. You're not charging what you're worth, or you're not charging at all, or your fees are low fees, or you have no idea what to charge for what it is that you do. So because of it, you're very in conflict around it. You find that your fee schedule is determined by the client and not determined by some standard process that you would have in place. You actually don't know what your value is for the kind of results that you create. So we're talking today about what you need to know if you want to properly package what you're doing. And if you want to properly package what you're doing, you got to understand the importance of knowing how to properly value the transformation that you provide to your clients. I see this all the time. I'll share the story. Robin, you were there for this. One of my coaching calls, one of my clients is she's amazing chess coach. And she was undervaluing what she was doing, bringing to the table. She's award winning and a nationally ranked chess coach. and her students have gone on to do all kinds of amazing things, getting scholarships to be one of the things. But she's also created a tremendous amount of success for the schools that she's worked with. Okay. And she was charging something around $15,000 for a client to work with her, despite the fact that she is the most winning, okay, the most decorated chess coach where she is. And she's in demand, like she can't even meet all the demand. And as a direct result of us working together, one of the things that came out for her was that she came to understand her value. She came to understand how to charge 3 times that amount, and how to close her very first deal for 3 times that amount in like 30 days of working with me. Robin, you were there. You've seen it, right? Robin writes, yes, she's killing it. And not only that, she mentioned to us another opportunity for another $75,000. So roughly in about a 30-day period of time, she's been able to, in business, in contracts, to be able to close about $125,000. So here's a person who had the ability, had the skill, had the results, had the proof, but needed a system to know how to properly package her knowledge. I want you to step inside her story, because likely her story is your story. Okay. And the truth of the matter is that once you understand not to take what you know and what you can do for someone for granted, then you're in a better position to step into your value. And this is where most people are making a mistake. They don't know their value. They need a formula to come up with what their value is and how to charge their worth. Now, if this is you, okay, feel free to write, that's me here, okay? And the reason that I wanted to talk about this, because it is absolutely the truth. It is the reason why so many people are doing great work, but your life isn't changing, right? Your business isn't profitable. Your cash flow is it's non-existent. You may be contract rich, but cash flow poor because you actually don't know how to stand in your value. I know I'm stepping on your toes, but I just really want to support you in understanding, okay, sometimes what the gap is. Number 3. Okay, number 3. Okay. The third thing is that you don't know how to properly demonstrate your results or the results that you create for others. See, one of the things is that so many people think that in order to market their businesses, let me tell you what it can look like. They think what they need to do is Google what other people are doing and copy them. Okay. They're like, what is somebody else doing? And I'm just going to copy what these people are doing. Right. And if I copy what they do, then I'll be successful like them. But the challenge is that a lot of times when you see what people are doing, you actually don't know if they are successful or not. Because I've coached thousands of people over the years, I have an inside view inside of their businesses. I can tell you that the majority of people that come to me with amazing branding, beautiful packages, great hooks, it seems, they aren't profitable. And maybe this is you. Maybe you've got beauty, you've got branding, you got great phrasing, you got great logos, but you got no profits. Okay. And also, often it is a direct result of not actually knowing how to demonstrate the kind of results that you create. And that's called marketing, like real marketing. So one of the things that I teach my clients how to do is how to position themselves as the obvious choice. And I actually believe that when you position yourself this way, competition becomes irrelevant. That no one can really compete with you and your story and your journey and your path and all of your experience. I mean, you have a unique route. And because of that route and in your life, right, you have a different perspective of what you bring to the table. This is where people lose when they're like, I have people who watch my lives and they're like, they're studying me. They're like mere students, right? And they study me so that they can duplicate what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you what duplicity does. I call it creative duplication. It makes you insecure because your power resides in you being you, not you being me. See, I'm going to rock me. You can't rock me, right? Because I'm me. Okay. So you got to be you, the highest version of who you are. Okay. And in doing that and respecting that, that's where all your power resides, is not copying or duplicating anybody else. And if someone doesn't know their value and you copy their value, guess what you get? You get their value. You don't get yours. So one of the things I show my clients how to do is how to market properly around the results and transformation they create. Every single time I host an event or coach a client in certain programs, one of the things that I always do is back it up with results or proof that the transformation is real, because otherwise, how would you know it's true? And I believe that if anyone is truly a coach or consultant at a high level and creating significant results for others, you would always have proof, right? Wouldn't it be ongoing? Because you would consistently be creating results for others. I know that's the case for me, and it's not something that I can't show you, right? So that's the way to market, right? So the third thing to keep in mind is, if you want to know what you really need to do to properly package, you've got to show the proof. You got to demonstrate it. And if you don't know how to do it properly, you need to work with someone that can teach you how to do that. All right. I'm going to pop in for a couple comments real quick. Robin says, just amazing. Yes, that's me. Okay, awesome. And Makina, I like that. And I like your streak there. Good point. Awesome. All right. Are there any other comments or questions right now as a result of you guys being here tonight? I wanted to pull back the layers and talk about what do you need to know to properly package your intellect. And this is what I do, is what I teach my clients how to do. 4 things: how to package what you know at the highest level. And that's something that you sell for $2,500 or more, right? Your intellect. I showed them how to put it in a package, even if they don't have a package, even if they have no idea what it is, right, that they do. I showed them how to price to fully value the transformation they bring to the table, right? How do you price it? I give them the actual formulas that I use. The third thing is how to position themselves in the marketplace as the obvious choice so that competition becomes irrelevant. And the fourth thing is how to find buyers. And the fourth thing is that likely you are not working with the right people. Now, I want you to think about this. Think about, that you create amazing results on all for everyone. But the truth of the matter is that maybe, just maybe, okay, you are not working with the right people. You're not working with the right people. So you're you got this great product, but you're thinking you need to discount it because you don't know how to market to the right people who are looking to solve the problems that you know how to solve, right? Imagine I've got a problem and I'm looking for you, but you're not marketing to me. This is usually the problem, right? So the reason that people have low sales is because they don't know how to market to people who are buyers who want you to solve their problem. They've been looking for someone that can help them solve the problems that you know how to solve. But the challenge is that maybe you don't know how to market to them. You don't know where they are. You don't know how to communicate with them. You don't know how to close with them. You don't have a conversation with those individuals to be able to let them know that I'm your person. Okay. And this is why I know this is controversial, and this is why all of this low ticket stuff doesn't work. So many people are taught, look, do a blog, do a podcast, right? And you've been blogging your heart out and you've been podcasting every single week since whenever, right? And you're like, this isn't working. You're going on lives all the time. You're like, this isn't working. I'm not selling anything, right? Maybe some of you've even tried to do ads and things like that. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? It's that you don't know how to get directly in front of that client. And when you get in front of your ideal client, the person that really needs the full solution of what you offer, okay, then you also need to know how to communicate to them such that you can have a closing conversation. And I teach the actual language around that, step by step, how to sell without you sounding salesy, which is super compromise on what you bring to the table. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. I just want to make sure that you guys could hear me. Okay. Right here. My favorite thing is to offer the full solution. That was transformational for me. Awesome. I love that you do that. You are an amazing implementer. And she writes, even though I didn't market that I provided the full solution, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, absolutely does. There's a way to do it where you don't see me saying I provide the full solution either, but there are 4 things that I do for clients, right? And people who want one part of it, a lot of times your clients will come because they want one part of what it is that you do, and that's why they come forward. So here's the truth about what you need, and then I'm going to wrap this up. All right. And if you're getting value, I want you to write, I'm getting value. And if you're watching the replay, write, I'm getting value. Okay. The truth is that you likely need someone who teaches you what to do. Okay. That's a step by step. Okay. And if me saying that makes you feel like I'm selling to you, then you can leave right now. Okay. Because I'm not selling anything, but I'm telling you that the way to learn what to do, you got to learn from someone that knows what to do. Okay. Because I know for me, I couldn't just make it up. All right. I learned from someone that taught me what to do. Okay. And so you need someone that will show you what they do. Okay. So not information. Information is the cheapest thing ever. You can always Google information. Okay. What you want to do is learn from someone that is sharing with you what they do. Because understand that talent is not duplicatable, but technique is. And if I show you the technique, the steps that I take, and they work for me, they will work for you too. Okay. So apply when you apply them, right? All right. Number 2. Okay. You need models that have demonstrated proof. And now I know, listen, I'm just going to break this down, and this is going to hurt somebody's feelings, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. A lot of people will learn from everyone. You need to learn from people who have demonstrated proof. I have never had a mentor or coach that I've paid, okay, who would teach me anything about being free if they were not free. And I'm always surprised that people will just hop on Clubhouse and like listen to people all day long. And you don't know if they have a proven track record. You have no idea. You've not seen any of their clients say that they've gotten not one result. And yet you're like, oh, it's so inspiring, so motivational. Okay, well, you get that. That becomes a reward. But one of the things that I'm going to tell you, the truth is that you need to make sure your mentors, your teachers, your coaches, they've demonstrated proof. Okay. And, and why would they not show you if it's real? Okay. And proof can come many ways. It can be proof like right now, right, in real time. And if you're currently coaching people, there's always people getting results. I know certainly with us it is. And then there's a demonstrated history of what proof looks like. I'm just breaking this down for those of you who have not been doing your due diligence as it relates to who you learn from. Okay. Because a lot of times that shiny object syndrome is the thing, right? You're looking at somebody's shoes, you're looking at their purses, you're looking at somebody telling you that they're living a life because they rented a limo for $400, $425 for an hour, right? Right. And they're trying to tell you they got lifestyle. Well, like renting a limo is not lifestyle. Flying first class is not lifestyle. Buying a car is not lifestyle. Okay. Freedom, a leveraged life is lifestyle. When you can live off of the interest that's coming in your business and manage your lifestyle, that's wealth. That's freedom. Okay. When you build a business where money is no longer a concern. Okay. When your money is working for you, when you have passive income that comes in each and every day and you don't have to do anything in order for you to generate that income. If you're interested in that, then you're going to like what I talk about. Okay. Now, if you're interested in the superficial, you need to go find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You want to see like flashing lights on the stage and somebody driving some car, right? And watching some video, some story, and you're like, that's so inspiring. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. And I'm gonna break this down for you. Like I'll tell you guys this. I literally by choice made a decision because I love my minivan, right? You guys, anybody that knows me knows this. I love my minivan. I bought my minivan. My kids are 16, 19, and 23. And I bought my minivan 2 weeks before my youngest was born because I needed a minivan because I had 3 kids. Man, all the memories I created in that minivan. Whew, love it. Okay. Love my minivan. Like loved it. And then recently I had to replace a whole bunch in it. And the quote was like $6,500. And my husband's like, enough already. Okay. Like you need to like, let this go. Right. And I was able to buy my dream car because I could have bought my dream car like many years ago. I don't care about it. I literally drove my minivan because of my memories with my kids. So it's not like about that. And it's so interesting when I see people just try to lead with things that are materialistic. It's not. The things that matter most to me are the memories in that car, the conversations that I've had with my kids, all the kids that have been in that car. Like, we have done so much as a family together. I just want that for you. I want for you what is real. Okay. And I want what is for you is for real. The reason that minivan meant so much to me is because I've always had my time on my time. I work 2 days a week. I've always had my freedom. I've been at every single game, every single practice, every single thing I wanted to with my kids. I've been there. My husband's been there the same. My kids have never seen me ever work a job. Who cares what car I drive? Okay. Quite frankly, because I've shown up for the things that matter the most to me, and I drive what I want to drive. Does that make sense? I hope this breaks this down for you guys. I'm just talking about my story, okay? And you know what? I've got a new relationship with my car I had to buy, which I love. However, that's not my thing, okay? Number 3, you need to learn how to build a business. Build the business that you're in, like the business of coaching, the business of consulting, the business of licensing, right? And most people don't understand exactly. Thank you. I want to say Makina, Yvette, for sharing. I appreciate you guys for doing that. And then make sure you're liking, you're sharing, you're commenting, right? Because that's how we add value here. But you need to know how to build the business that you're in. If you don't know how to build the business, the back end part of the business, how you expect the business to grow? When I tell you the number of people who say to me they want to have, so what do you want to earn in 1 year? My revenue goal is $1 million. My revenue goal is $100,000. My revenue goal is $500,000. And then I'm like, pull out a calculator. So tell me how many people do you need to enroll in your program? They have no idea what the number is. They don't know what they're selling. They don't know how many customers they need to talk to. Come on. Okay. So, the truth is that you need to know how to build the business that you're in. And the 4th thing that you need in terms of the truth is that you need someone that will insist on you standing in your value and insist that you show up and be the giant that you can be, right? We have big dreams, right? But it's about being accountable with those dreams. And what I found over the years, and this is going to step on somebody's toes, and for those of you who have to leave right now, it's okay. What I found over the years is that people pay me to be accountable. Okay. My clients pay me so that they show up for the big dreams. You tell me what it is, and I hold you accountable for that dream. Okay. You don't pay me. Okay. So you stay where you are. You don't pay me so that you sell what you're doing for low ticket. You don't pay me so that you make excuses not to show up on a call and be the giant that you can be. Not stand in your value, not own your truth. Okay. So, you got to think about, sometimes I think people make investments based on what their commitments are, for sure. Okay. And so people make investments based on those commitments. And that's why people invest in low ticket, because nobody's going to call you out. Nobody's going to, you invest $150 in something, nobody's saying anything to you. Okay. You kid on my calls and you want to act like you forgot about the goal you have. Well, I didn't forget it. Okay. Because the reason you hired me is so I can support you with that result. And I only want to work with people like that, people who are highly vested. And the last thing, number 5, the truth is that you need to invest at a high level to learn the truth. And for those of you who have said, I want to hit this goal, but you wane on your investments, it's the reason why you aren't hitting your goals. It's true. Okay. And if nobody's told you this, I'm telling you this. When I got started my business 17 years ago, I did not have the money. My coach told me that she was $1,000 an hour. I was like, this is 17 years ago. And I've worked with the same coach for 17 years, almost 18 years. Here's the thing. I did not have the money. I had to find the money. And I'm so grateful I did, because it changed my life. And for those of you who hide behind not having the money and making that your excuse, come on. Okay. Well, you get that. That gets to be your result. But you got to find the money for what you want. You got to invest at a high level to learn what you want to know that you do not know right now. Okay. And that's not going to be $150. It's not going to be $250. It's not. Okay. You invest that's the result you're going to get. If you want to get yourself free, you got to invest like someone that thinks like that. And I want to call you out if that's you. I hope this totally supports you. I hope it absolutely gets you to make that shift, because that's why I'm here right now. I am Mia Redrick, for those of you who have just joined in, business and life consultant. And today what I was talking about is, what you really need to know to properly package what you're doing. And then I shared a couple of truths with you. There's an opportunity for those of you who are like, I really like this. What's the next step look like? It looks like sign up for the Giant Experience Conference. It's coming up on, when is it coming up? It's April 19th, the week of April 19th. And you can sign up right now and you actually get access to the training instantly. And you can start doing the work around packaging your knowledge as a high ticket offer, pricing yourself to fully value your transformation, positioning yourself in the marketplace the right way the first time, and also understanding how to find buyers. Okay. And I will say that once you sign up, you start doing the work right away. Then you get a bonus ticket to the live event, which is the 19th through the 23rd. And I'll be there answering your questions over the course of 5 days. And the investment is minimal for what you get. It's $15.97 to change your life. Look at the page, look at the testimonial page, see the transformations. And if you relate to what my clients have shared as results and you're like, I like it, then step into it. I can't guarantee that those will be your results. I can just, because I don't know you and I don't know if you'll do the work, but I know that if you do the work, that likely you'll have a story like those individuals as well. I will love to hear your questions, your ahas, your takeaways. Just really quickly, I'm going to share my screen and walk you through a couple of pages on the for the event so that you can take a peek. Okay. All right, so the event is called the Giant Experience Conference, and there you'll learn how to package your knowledge into a high ticket offer, both on and offline. And it is my specialty, and specifically we'll cover what we just talked about, right? You get instant access to the master training. It's 10 hours plus, and I cover in detail how to package what you're doing as a high ticket offer, how to price your services to fully value what you do, how to position yourself in the marketplace as the obvious choice, and how to sell high ticket offers without being salesy. And I teach it step by step. The investment's only $15.97. And the coolest part is that you get 12-day access to the training to do the work. Then you get the live coaching ticket, right, to come train with me live. That's a bonus. Think about it. You get to come to the event, and you also already have the training. And you get to rewatch, relearn, rewind, right? And I do that so that you can have the opportunity to implement more, right? Because when you know what to do, you can achieve more, right? So this is kind of what we cover over the course of the week. You learn how to sell what you're doing for $2,500 or more, and how to attract the right investors the first time, and how to build out your profitable sales process. I'm masterful at it. And then these are just a couple of the testimonials on the page. When you go to the page, make sure you watch it yourself, right? So you can see for yourself the kind of results that happens. Immediate 12-day access to the master training, and you also get the live event, right? Coaching piece of it. And but here are a couple of results. I'll just choose a couple of clients who shared their experience. I think Connie was just on here. She closed $24,000.
Hi, I'm Connie Rose, the Peace Promoter, Culturally Competent Consultant, and the Executive Director and Founder for Restoration Incorporated. I support individuals, families, and communities, helping them to overcome violence and helping them to overcome trauma. In addition, I work with corporations, agencies, and schools, helping them to create outstanding results in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. It is my great pleasure to tell you a little bit about my work with Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. Before I started working with Mia, I had absolutely very, very little knowledge of business. Despite being despite working for over 30 years in my field and being well educated in that area, I didn't have any business experience. And so when I wanted to launch out with my own business, I definitely was in search for a mentor, someone who could help me get to the next level. And in finding Mia Redrick, I have found that gem. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. She's able to take you step by step. She's taking me step by step right now, and I'm learning so much in her program, learning how to position my product, how to position myself as the obvious choice. Mm-hmm. I'm learning how to stand in my own value and how to design my product so that, people want to buy it. And that's definitely something that I value and treasure.
It's interesting because Connie, when I met her, was selling what she had for $500, I think it was, per client. She closed the first deal for $24,000 within about 9 weeks of working with me. These are just a couple of examples of the kind of results that my clients have created. Again, I can't say that these will be your results because I don't know you, but what I can tell you is that if you do the work, that
Hey,
haven't had a
fellow
failure.
giants. It is Chef Evelyn here, and I help corporate professionals build high-end culinary brands from scratch. And I wanted to come on and do this testimonial for Mia Redrick. So earlier this year, I had a conversation with Mia, and she challenged me to really serve my audience at a high level. We were having a conversation, and she told me to create a specific type of program, which if any of you have worked with her, Mia believes in service from your highest level, offering your largest transformation, and really up-leveling to serve people in your zone of genius. And so I took in the feedback and I was like, okay, I've never created anything like that is what I was thinking. And so I was like, okay, I'll get to it. And so last year I attended Mia's retreat. And if you have not attended Mia's retreat, I have earned back my investment so many times over since that retreat. If you look in this group, you'll see video testimonials from me specifically about how the sales script that she gave at that retreat and in her coaching programs has really helped me in my consulting business. And so I want to say that I took action on Mia's advice and I created a higher level experience for my audience, and I closed a $15,000 coaching client just last week. And so much so that I didn't reach out to her. I didn't even tell her about the program. She was in a smaller course that I had created, heard me mentioning it to another client, and then reached out to me, booked a strategy session, and she is now enrolled in the highest level of my program. And her deposit is paid, and she's actually going to pay it off early. And so I want to just say, first of all, thank you to Mia, because if Mia was not who she was, and if Mia hadn't challenged me to be all of who I am and to step into a bigger role, I would not have landed that 15K client, okay? If Mia hadn't invested in herself at a high level and then been able to share that with those of us who have invested in ourselves through her, I wouldn't have had that. If I had not gone to the retreat and invested in myself, I wouldn't have the sales script and the systems in place to be able to book a 15K client. If I had not been a part of Mia's community and seen the results from other people, I would not have been able to book that client. So I will say this: if you are in this community and you have been watching a ton of videos from Mia, if you've been on her email list forever, then I would say you need to either get into one of her programs or you need to get the VIP ticket when she announces her retreat, because I'm telling you, I have 10, 15, I don't know how many times return my investment. I've booked other clients at a $4,000 level.
You guys get the idea. And it's interesting. I love to see what people do and then help them to be able to stand in their value in completely different ways. This is the last one I'll share.
Hey, y'all. It's Debbie Porter. So I'm popping in real quick here on the Mom Strategy community because I just want to thank Mia. I'm just getting home from what is now a recurring segment on Virginia This Morning in Richmond, Virginia. Once a month, I go in 1 month and do one live and tape for the next month. So I only have to go in every other month. It's about an hour and a half from my house. But I wanted to thank Mia for that. And I also wanted to just say that having been a stay-at-home mom for 25 years, I have very soft skills that I'm bringing to market. And I just want to thank Mia for teaching me how to package those skills in a way that is, gotten with TV time, which I would not be able to pay for at this point. So Mia, thank you so much. I also want to speak to those people that are still thinking about working with me. Mia doesn't know I'm on here doing this, by the way, so I don't even know if this live is going to stay on here. But for those of you that are thinking about working with me, and that was me last year, I was thinking about working with me. I had my strategy call. She was amazing. And while I was thinking about it, her prices went up. So by the time I made the decision to work with Mia, I ended up paying more, which was still an amazing value for everything that I've gotten. But here's the thing, those of us that work with her already are looking at these packages that she's put together and what she's offering. And I just really want to encourage you, if you are thinking about working with Mia, when she says no exceptions, that when this price is done, it's done. Hello, I am the living example of that. Okay. I'm thinking, Mia, we had this great connection on my strategy call. Clearly, I'm still going to get that price. No. When she says no exceptions, she means no exceptions. So if you're thinking about working with her and you see these packages, those of us that work with her are looking at these packages and salivating because we cannot believe the value and all that she's offering. So don't hesitate. I am the living example that this is not some kind of gimmick. This is real. What she's offering is real. The value is real. I now know how to package my skill set as a mom. I know how to do this now for the rest of my life. It's not a one and done. I get to do this over and over and over again. So if you're thinking about it, I'm just here to encourage you to make a move, make a decision. This is one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself. And Mia, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me this knowledge I can now use over and over again. I've had to, work on some deep mindset issues and change, and still working. I think some of that is a lifetime, but I just want to thank you for it. And I just want to encourage the others that are in this community really pondering back and forth.
I thought I would just share a little with you of my clients. It's on the testimonial page, but there are tons of testimonials. So not just those. You can just take your time and see what's real. These all individuals have attended the Giant Experience conference or one of my live events, and they're sharing what their experience has been, right? So, take some time out, and I'd love to support you. I'm going to hop back over. Are there any questions that you have for me? So if there are any questions that you might have for me, I would love to answer those for you. Okay. Any ahas or takeaways for those of you who are here as a result of being here today? Awesome. And Robin wrote, and it's awesome, right? You attended the event, and so glad that awesome, right? And any other ahas, any other takeaways as a result of you being here today? Any other ahas or questions you might have for me? I want to thank you for your time tonight, and I look forward to seeing you at the Giant Experience Conference. We only have 100 seats, so make sure you sign up now to ensure that you actually get a ticket to the live event. You can, of course, sign up for the training anytime, but we have 100 seats left for the actual live event portion. And someone asked me the other day, they said, I was doing the event during COVID once every 6 weeks, but we're not going to do it every 6 weeks. And I actually don't know when I'm going to do it again. I'm not sure, but I know it won't be in 6 weeks. I can tell you that. It's not going to be in 2 months or anything like that if I do it again. So I want to encourage you, if you're looking to package what you're doing as a high ticket offer and you want to know step by step, I want to encourage you to step into that. And if you have any questions, last call, post them here. And I'd love to answer any questions that you might have on the floor or comments. Again, check out the testimonial page, see what my clients are saying. If you're ready for real change, right? That's what I'm into, okay? And I want to thank you for your time today. I appreciate you for being here. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here. And there's a reason that you're here, right? Have an amazing night, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.